I'm Chef Mark Tarbell. Welcome to the 10th season of Check Please. This is Oak on Camelback.
Oak is an upscale casual restaurant for the community. We're just serving great food and great service and really just want people to enjoy themselves. Oak is the wood that we use in the oven. And we also have a lot of our liquors and wines and stuff are Asian oak barrels, so it just seemed like a good fit. Our oven is actually a plans from a 19th century oven. And the great thing about it is we've been able to do pizzas out of the oven, we do breads out of the oven, we do a lot of our signature dishes in cast irons, which are kind of campfire inspired. My philosophy though is really just to have fun and incorporate ingredients that are, flavorful and maybe in some respects unknown, but also familiar, if that makes sense. Meaning like the fried chicken is a very familiar dish, but serving it with a green curry and fried rice is a little bit different than what most people might do. Growing up, my grandfather is definitely the main culinary inspiration that I had growing up. We would go camping, we would do biscuits outside in a Dutch oven, we would do chicken dishes, we do all sorts of things that you normally wouldn't even think of doing outside with a campfire. My favorite part of the restaurant is just being able to have a great place for the community and also a great place where the staff can work, and we just are trying to do the best food that we possibly can.
So Adrian, you moved here about a year ago. How did you find Oak?
Actually, I found Oak on happenstance. I have a lot of dinners, a lot of receptions, conversations over cocktails. And so I was recommended to go to Oak for a nice evening out with my husband. And so we found Oak that way.
Tell us what you love there.
The Moroccan meatballs, which is what I had as an appetizer, and they are absolutely juicy enough to melt in your mouth with one bite.
And what are the flavors like?
Less spicy, more bold, tangy, I would almost say.
Okay.
The tomato sauce really gives it good flavor. When you bite into them, you can taste the seasoning and taste the flavor difference.
And that's a gift. For meatballs, I love meatballs, but they can be a little chewy and tough sometimes, right? So they do it right there.
As an entree, I had the forbidden fried chicken. I'm a Southern girl, so of course I had the fried chicken. And it was absolutely delicious. It was fried just right. It was juicy, it was tender, it was seasoned to perfection. I could not say enough. I had the broccolini, and so it was also very, very good. And not, sometimes you can get broccoli and it's tough, but this was delicious.
What did you have, Allison?
We ordered the Thai peanut salad as our appetizer to share, and our 11-year-old said, "This is the best salad I've ever eaten."
Wow.
So I just wanted to say, kid approved, and
Okay.
she was going back in for second helpings of the salad. It was the dressing. I mean, it was just full of flavor, and then the crunch of the peanuts just made it. It didn't even feel like a salad, but everything that they served there was really fresh, and I loved the popsicle flavor in my mouth. So. I had the forbidden rice, and the nice thing was you can, of course, select a protein to go with it. And I selected the scallops, which was a really nice option for me to be able to try something different. I loved the forbidden rice. I felt like it was the perfect amount of probably butter and oil. The veggies were fresh and crispy, and the scallops were perfectly prepared.
So I know I had the scallops there too, and I have to say I'm a stickler for it, and they were tender and juicy and sweet and really nice, and with a nice, really perfectly crisp on the outside. Tiffany, what did you have?
I also started with the Moroccan meatballs, which Adrian took the words out of my mouth. They were so tender. Loved the generous portion of naan with it. Could have eaten that all night. And we did a number of appetizers. My friend Brian and I went, and so we also had the baked goat cheese, which was amazing. I don't know how to describe it, like a tangy sauce almost. It was delicious.
Did you have dessert?
I had a liquid dessert,
Okay.
which was the bee's knees. Our server was amazing. Her name was Chantel, and she suggested that as their most favorite drink. It's lavender and gin, and I was just like, yes.
That bee's knees was the bee's knees.
Yeah.
The lavender and the honey really added a different take on it, I feel like, than most places you go.
It was fantastic, and so that was my first dessert. And then we also ordered the popcorn creme brulee, which I highly recommend. It was a favorite among our whole family. And it's a traditional creme brulee that, top shell is very crusty, crispy, and sweet. But then there's a strip of caramel, and they have the popcorn kind of dripped in the caramel. So you're having a bite, eating the popcorn, and then you look up and it's completely gone. But it was delicious.
And I was going there for the popcorn creme brulee, and they changed it that night to pumpkin spice. But I will say the base of it was so velvety and delicious. And you talk about that top. With creme brulee, it has to be like almost like an ice skating rink, but you have to tap it and it has to make a noise, like a little teeny tap tap, and then crack. And they do it. And they do it perfectly. So Tiffany, did you get a chance to taste your guest's Bananas Foster?
Yes, I did. And it was so chock full of bananas. There had to be at least 2 bananas in there. I fit lots of caramel and really warm. I love the way ice cream melts on a Bananas Foster, and they hit that out of the park. The sauce was maybe a little more watery than other Bananas Foster I've had, but the flavor was completely on point.
Cool. So any takeaways? This is your place, Adrian?
Several takeaways. Kid friendly if you need it to be, but it's also date night. It's also friends. It's also new in town. Great environment. The food is always fresh. For me, it's a 10 out of 10.
Takeaways, Tiffany?
I look forward to going back for a date night with my husband. I definitely want to try an entree. They had a couple of steaks that looked really good. I look forward to going back.
Allison?
I don't eat meat, and I only bring that up because sometimes some menus are limited in terms of what you can order, but there were so many different options that you could try that didn't have meat, lots of fish or different protein options that were meat-free, and so I thought it was full of flavor, wonderful atmosphere. We will definitely be back, and thank you for making that recommendation.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Adrian. And if you want to try Oak on Camelback, it's located on Camelback Road, just west of 7th Street. An average meal will cost $50, and they do take reservations.